Flosstube friends, Lisa here at Shady Tree Stitches, coming to you from the Paddock Designs workshop. It's a bit messy, but I've actually been doing a lot of work out here, clearing things up. So I just figured I'd come out here and film today because a lot of things I want to show you are currently located out here. So if you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to pop by. Hope you like what you see. If you do, please like and subscribe and tell your friends. I'll be back with another video later this week with Jenny, but it's been a bit of a productive time for stitching. So this video is going to be a little bit choppy because my whips are all in the house. So I am going to do the introduction, jump across to that, and then come back and show you the rest of the stuff in here. So hopefully you don't mind. And I also should say, if you're one of our regular viewers, we really appreciate you as well. Thank you so much for coming back to join us. I thought I'd start a little bit differently today with a quick update on the Whip Warriors group. Whip Warriors is a Facebook group that is currently closed. We open in November each year, and it's a way of motivating people to work on their whips and get their stitching done. We have lots of fun, and we have lots and lots and lots of different challenges that you can enjoy to get your stitching done. Being January, it's, lots of new people, lots of starting of things. So I thought I'd take a moment on my video at the start to fill it in people on a few things that are happening. Firstly, we have already had a couple of our stalwart events for the month start. Categories is up, and it is the letter W. And the idea of categories is that you get some progress on a whip that you can relate to a prompt. And there are 12 prompts to choose from that starts with the letter W. Something in your whip has to start with the letter W that relates to the prompt. So for example, the color could be white and you need to stitch in white thread. The lovely Sandra, who's taken over administrating that game, has put a really detailed explanation up with some hints and tips, so check that out if you're interested. The second one was Beat the Mod Min. Beat the Mod Min happened over a longer period this time. We're trying to make things be a little bit longer, and the Beat the Mod Min was Sasha. You had to do thousands of stitches to beat Sasha. So I participated in that, and I honestly haven't looked yet to see if I beat the person I said I was going to beat. It's been crazy. I was on a cruise, had to get special permission from the Modmin team to post the timestamp on a watch instead of handwritten because I didn't have internet access for the day it started, so I couldn't get the code word till the next day. So that was good, and I only got about 2,000 stitches done for me because I was on the cruise with the family having a great time. Run concurrently with that was the focus event, and I used the focus event to actually stitch on the piece I'm going to show you, which is my latest design. So I focused on that, and today I got a finish. So more of that in a minute. The other event that's happening right now is the Whip Frenzy. The Whip Frenzy is you do 100 or 200 stitches on each of your whips, see how many you can touch in the time. We trialed a different time length for this month, and it is a whole week because some people don't stitch on weekdays, some people don't stitch on weekends. So we thought if we made it a whole week, you could frenzy for whatever couple of days made you most happy. A lot of things with the Whip Warriors is things you fit it into your schedule. We try to cater for the full gamut of stitches, from those who do 50 stitches a day through to those who do thousands. So there's something for everyone, but not everything is for everyone. And participation in all those events is earning threads, which counts towards the participation, which is the requirement for being in the group. You're expected to do equivalent to about 1,500 stitches a month, which is about earn 3 participation threads. So those threads are going to be put onto the notions box, and I will explain a bit more about that when I get to the whips, because it's one of my whips. Also can get bonus buttons that you can stitch onto your notions box, and it's lots of fun. The last event is the year-long event, and that's the one I've taken main responsibility for in 2024, and it is the Great Aussie Road Trip. We are road tripping around Australia, but we're not there yet. We're still on a ship cruising from America, because we had to get from America, where we've been road tripping around America following all your multitudes of LNSs, across to Australia. So we are pulling up at the Circular Quay in Sydney on the 26th of January, which is Australia Day, the best day to see Sydney Harbour. So we will be getting there then, and I'll give you more information on that soon. However, it's really important that if you're in the road trip that you realize it is our fast, heavy stitching, full-on event with lots of twists and turns. So if you do not like surprises and you do not like having to do things regularly, it's not the event for you. Stay in one of the events in the main group where they happen for a certain length of time, less pressure there. But if you like the high pressure having to do things, then the road trip is the way to go. Again, we have different levels to cater for the full range of stitches, from a hitchhiking swagger and picking a ride, which is equivalent to doing 50 stitches a day, all the way up to a, what do we call them? I think it's still a jet setter. And they do, thousands of stitches a day. So there's something in between for everyone. So you select your own ride and you stitch at that level. And you basically just follow the itinerary step by step, do what it says. There will be surprises, there will be pop-ups, there will be speed bumps, lots of things happening to keep your whips getting some love that they deserve. The good thing about the road trip is there's no requirement to stitch on a whip with any particular topic. You can stitch on any whip you like, but we do often have bonuses that can reduce your stitch count for a certain bit if you stitch on something with a particular something in it. So look forward to them. Anyway, more about that when we get to the next video. All right, guys, we're going to start with my finish. I have my first finish of the year, and I am super proud to announce it as my new release. This is, bright light. This is Raining Love by Paddock Designs. I wanted to do it's really hard to get that brightness out, to do a monochromatic one, and I've been wanting to do collaborations with Silks for You threads for a long time. So this is on a piece of bubblegum fabric by Paddock Design, 32 count, and it is stitched 1/2 in beautiful Silks for You, and the actual number of it is escaped me right this second. Sorry about that. I'll try and put it in the notes below. So it's monochromatic, Silks for You, and Paddock Designs. The piece is, you can see, fits nicely into this regular size frame, and I am designing a whole series of monochromatics to feature Silks for You that are this sort of size, to fit into this size frame, because I like to make FFOing easy. I have only just FFO'd this 2 minutes ago. It did not take me long, and I haven't finished it, but all I did, seriously, was put it into the frame. And all I need to do now is tape down the backing and I cover it with brown paper, and it will be done. So that is my newest release, the first release for 2024, Raining Love. I'm really, really happy with that. If you like it, please let me know. And if you have any particular topics you'd like to see me design, any monochromatic pieces to do with the Silks for You, please comment below and let me know so I can get some ideas. I have a lot in the works. I've got a range of Easter ones ready to work on soon that I'm going to be releasing. But super proud to A, have a finish, and B, have my first design out for 2024. Now let's see if we can get a nice screenshot. All these electronic things like Facebook and YouTube, they have their own mind, don't they? All right, so anyway, very excited with that. Now we'll go jump across and check out my whips. All right, I'm back inside now in my stitching spot. You can see all my beautiful silks for you there. I just had to go through them to find out for you that this silk that I used in Raining Love is the beautiful PR 144. That's gorgeous. Look at it, all those purples, but mostly pinks. So for those of you who are interested, that's what that one is. Okay. All right. Since I seen you 3 weeks ago, I'm sorry, I went on a cruise with the family that sort of stuffed up my plans of filming every 2 weeks. But I wanted to show you what I'd done, because I've done a lot of stitching. In fact, I've been stitching my little butt as much as I can, and I have done over, probably over 13,000 stitches since I saw you. I started the year working on my oldest whip, Celtic Winter by Lavender and Lace, and I wanted to work on her for as many prompts as I could fit her into. So I did, and I did about 1900, nearly 2000 stitches on her. So she's come a long way from where she was. Now I never remember where these photos come in, so forgive me. I'll cup it up and I can put it over this side too. And you can see both sides, so we'll see where it colours it up. So that's my Celtic winter. So she's had a lot of love, fitting in lots of different prompts. I next did a little bit of work on the piece that you guys decided I should stitch to try and get finished. I mean, Celtic winter is on the to be finished list, but also on the finished list, surprisingly, is Maple Lane. And Maple Lane is being stitched on a piece of Paddock Lane Designs parchment fabric, and that is where I'm up to. I did this one because I had to do 1,000 stitches in yellow. So I did over 1,200 stitches on this one, but most of them was the yellow. It's amazing what these prompts can get you to pull out. So yes, over 1,200 stitches on Maple Lane, and we'll get back to that sometime. I've actually decided that what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm digging through my lovely little retreat bag. And remember, these hold 4 projects in them really well. So I'm seriously thinking about putting my focus whips into a couple of them. And I just have these couple of bags and everything's all together and nice and neat. So next video, when I'm at home, because I probably won't have them when I'm down with Jenny next video, I'll show you if I've done it and show you which ones I picked from my stash collection that I sell. Okay, the next thing I worked on was Fairy Tale Town. And Fairy Tale Town is now looking like this. And you might struggle to think where it's improved, but I did a lot of filling in. So really, really happy with that. Just trying to get this middle bit all done so then I can triple across, because this bit's all done except for up to there sort of thing. So trying to get that done so that it's got it filmed over to there, and then get it done all the way over to here so I can move the, apologies, it's still school holidays here, so the darling child is still there to annoy me. She just wanted to interrupt the video to tell me that her brother ate one of the ice creams. Fantastic. Anyway, this is one of my pieces that is in my yearly book challenge for the Daily 30. So I will have to come back to this very soon, because the idea is to keep rotating through the 3 before I can get a bookmark. Every 15 points I get a bookmark, and depending on how many stitches you do, it depends on how many times you have to rotate. So I'm going to have to pull this one out again soon. And it's one of those ones when I'm working on it, I just really love working on it and don't want to stop. It's also my every second Saturday night sal with a couple of girls, so it will probably come out on Saturday night, because I think that's when we're next due to do it. The next thing, so it had 500 stitches on it. The next one I worked on is my monthly goal, Village of Hawthorne Hop. That's where it's up to now. And when it started, it just had the yellow sign done. And my goal is to finish a block a month. So I need to get back onto this. It's 40 count fabric by Paddock Lane Designs, and it's autumn leaves colorway sort of. But I really need to get onto this, because I need to finish this by the end of the month. And guys, it's the 22nd. I don't know if I told you the date at the beginning, but it's the 22nd already. That means there's only 9 days left. So this is going to have to come back out again now that I've finished my model stitch. So it had 2,600 stitches done on it already. Then I seemed to have a day where I didn't stitch. It was the first day of the cruise. That would be understandable. That totally makes sense. I then was working on my castle, which is in here in the bag where it should be. Imagine that. And I am working on the latest prompt, which is the border. So I did all that mostly while I was on the cruise. And so the castle has had 700 stitches. I miscounted. I was going one at a time, but I didn't realize that there was a second specialty thread. So I have done a sub for that, and I am using a cottage garden thread, which is called JK19 Morrison, because I didn't have what was called for some type of blue from Cotton. No, what are they called? Classic Colourworks. Anyway, as you can see, I'm up to date. I've just got to work on the border. I've nearly finished half the border. Then I've got to do the other half, and then I'll be totally up to date. So I need to get back onto that too. But that will definitely be getting touched this week, because that is my official sale. It's also one of the pieces that's in that rotation amongst the between the Hawk Run, this one, and my Fairy Tale Village. So that's where I'll be heading with that. Then I spent a lot of time on Raining Love. Whole bunch of stitches on that, but I did need to get started on my Whip Go. And so this month 2 pieces were called, and the first one of those was Train of Dreams. So I started on Train of Dreams. My favorite counter is they've done an upgrade or something, and now it doesn't work the way I like it. So unless I remember to actually write down my count on the day, I'm losing it and I'm not happy. But I think I've done 800 stitches on that so far, out of the 1,000 that I need for Whip Go. You can see a big improvement in what's been there. But in case that's the wrong side, we'll change it over, and you can see a big improvement there. Look how much my hair's gone messy now. Sorry about that. And there is a prompt though in the fandom group to stitch on 1955 stitches with train. So I might put it aside when I get to the 1,000, but do basically another 1,000 on it. It's not hard. I mean, it's black at the top. It's pretty easy to get fast stitches on. Now, other thing I should mention to people is I stitched mostly in CXC because of the cost difference. So 2 strands over 1 on this 18 count Ada, except the black, which is just my DMC because I had most of that. The only other thing I have stitched on is the one I said I would talk about later, and that is my Notions box. As the main reward for the Whip Warriors, I designed a free stitch along, which is the Notions box. And the idea is that when you, halfway through January, if you could show that you've learned how to set up your posts properly and update them, you got the right to decorate the box. So I earned that right. Imagine that, I know what I'm doing. So you can see my name. I just picked a purple random CXC and the date, but I actually picked a purple random CXC just off my rack, and I ran out. So now I'm gonna have to work out what it is to finish the numbers. I also decided I'm going to colour in the whole of the front in black, because when you look at my box, which is the model, oops, I'm gonna knock everything off my shelf doing this, don't do that, stay, you know, it's black, and then when you open it up, it's got the other stuff inside. So I'm doing black and stitching my name on there. So that's where I'm up to with my Notions box, and it doesn't actually say it's had any stitches done on it. Yes, it does, 430. I was a good girl. Also on a piece of Paddock Lane Designs, and this one looks like a, oh, this is Trunchbull, which is not a regular colour. It's a bit like a turbulent. So that's my stitching, people. I'm really pleased with that progress. I'm really pleased with how it's going. Using my lovely planner to keep track of everything. And in particular, I like the fact that I've got my first finish marked off and my weekly stitching. So I think that's going to help as the year progresses. I mean, it's only January. I've still got to go through and tick off the things. What I would like to do though for my planner for next year is I'd like to add a few more of these sorts of pages in the front, because I have too many games and not enough room. So that's my problem. That's a main problem. But you know, the weekly stuff is working out really well, really clear. I love having the 2 weeks on the page just to look at it nice and condensed. Have to get to it with some stickers, but haven't got there yet because it's not the end of the month yet, people. Still plenty of time to do. So plants, as I said, I've got to keep working on my Notions box, but it's not a necessity. I need to get Hawk Run Fillet, that block, finished for the month. That's probably the highest priority, and finishing off the Castle Homecoming. Intersperse them with some Fairy Tale Village because I have to rotate through the 3. They're probably the pieces that I'm going to be working on in the next week. Everything else can wait. I do also really want to do a bit more work on Savannah's Curtsy because my Mirabilia retreat is only a month away. So for anyone interested, I will be coming up to Brisbane to the Mirabilia retreat. I'm looking forward to it immensely, and I am more than happy to bring some fabrics. So if you've got anything you want me to bring up for you, any particular counts or colorways, I'm more than happy to bring some up. I do have the access to a car to put a suitcase in, so I'll be able to bring some of my fabrics up and have a unofficial pop-up shop available to people in the Brisbane area. So that will be great. So let me know by PM or comment or whatever, and I can see what I can do for you. That is my first retreat of the year. It is going to be a road trip video one, because I'm driving up with my friend Alex, and she was very excited to ask me was I doing a road trip video. So yes, there will be a road trip video coming at the end of February. So you can look forward to that, heading north up to Queensland this time. So that will be good. All right, that's plans. The other thing I thought I would start is a little segment of what have I been watching on Flosstube. You know, there's certain Flosstubers I watch quite regularly, and if you've been watching me a while, you'd know who they are. Pam and Steph were from Just Keep Stitching. They were the ones I watched, and I went, hey, if they can do it, I could do it. How fantastic. I also usually watch Sunshine Stitches regularly, and also Brenda and the Serial Starter, because they're just, the 3 of them are really entertaining and long videos, and I don't have to pay close attention. So they're really good ones to watch while I'm working. Mostly these days, that's where I'm doing it. And I like shorter ones to listen to while I'm driving. I'm actually a bit different to everyone. I don't love the whip parades because I have to watch them, and I don't have the time to sit and watch. I sit and listen while I'm stitching or working or doing things. The Hugo Stitcher, she is just the most vivacious and bubbly person. She's from Canada, and I've been loving watching her since she started. So I watched her this week. Memphis Sarah E is another fun, effervescent one who I met at the Jingle Ball and really enjoyed watching her. And new ones that I've started watching and I'm really loving is Cross Stitch the Globe. It's a pair of sisters, and they are just really entertaining. So shout outs to all those people. Check them out. We'll try and link them below when Jenny gets there, and you can go and watch them as well. And I'll try and make an effort to keep making a note of anyone that I particularly enjoy each fortnight so that I can share them with you. So thank you again. As I said, if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. We really appreciate it. We appreciate knowing that our time and effort goes into making these is appreciated. I will be back for a special Jenny in-person video later this week, which may take the place of our start of the month one, but we'll see. I'll be back anyway for an end of month roundup after the month has ended. Until then, I will go back out to the office and finish up there. Time for haul. I have a little bit of haul, and that's why I'm out here, because that's where it is. I got my next 2 threads a month from the Stitch in Time, and I'm only getting weeks and Classic Colourworks now because I've apparently got all the Gentle Arts. So we're up to the letter P's for the weeks, and if I did already show you these, I do apologise. But there we are. We've got Persimo down to Pecan, and Classic Colourworks, I'm up to the S's. So it won't be long before I have the full range, and then I'll be able to use them in my designs. Also super excited because finally at last I have a piece of Fox and Rabbit fabric. I joined their Patreon a few months ago, and so I've been getting, and I've been very remiss of me, I haven't been showing you the patterns on here, but I've been getting all the patterns that have been getting designed, and that's what I've been getting for my $60-something a month. So I've been waiting and waiting for their fabric, and they assure us that they're going to catch up with the fabric that they owe the Patreon members. But what did happen along the way is that they opened up a few spots to their Fabric of the Month Club, to their Patreon members, and I was able to get in. And this is a beautiful piece of Milky Way by Fox and Rabbit. Gorgeous. I've gone for the 36 count linen, and it's looking just grey there, but it is grey, but it's grey. Can you see how it sort of shimmers in the light? It's like a bluey grey as well as the grey. So absolutely gorgeous, very lovely. I want to start using some of their linens to design some of my bigger samplers on. So I'm really pleased to start getting a stash. So thank you, Karen and Brendan, for a beautiful piece, or Brendan particularly. Also, I've been doing a lot of shopping on the Temu and things, seeing again, checking out in case I want to do an advent box again. Can you please let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to do an advent pack again? I did my advent pack last year. As far as I know, it went really well. I haven't got a lot of feedback from it from the people who got it, so I don't know if that means they hated it or they loved it. So if you got my advent box or you watched the unboxing, and you think I should do another one in this year, can you please give me the encouragement below? I really would appreciate it, because then I'll make the effort to do it, and if not, then I may not. I haven't decided yet, but as I said, I just haven't got feedback yet to know whether I'm doing it, but I have been starting to shop for it already. And I wanted to show you a couple of things I got that may or may not be relevant to the advent box. Beautiful little magnetic needle case. Isn't it cute? I always find I'm missing my needles. And the second thing I got is actually this box of floss drops. They're the Perspexy sort of type, and they've got the space to put your label on, and you can have a little hole and a big hole. So I've bought myself quite a few of them, very affordable, from Temu. Put them in my shirt. So I've got them. I also found on Temu, for helping me with my collating of things, this little packet of metallic split rings, all in rainbow colors, because I love rainbow colors. I love them. So that, my dear friends, is my ever exciting and small haul. So that brings me to Paddock Lane Designs news. So as well as the exciting new release pattern of Raining Love and more yet to come, I've got a few more things to show you. In the shop, a lot of you don't realize I actually carry the Gooderman sewing rolls. A customer bought one this week. This is actually their one. So I've ordered some more, and these are a really high quality roll, really beautifully stitched, that you can roll up your embroidery in and transport it safely without creases. So they are available on the Paddock Lane Designs site as fabric rolls. So if you're interested in that, they come in 3 colors, and I have all 3 in stock. You can see the other 2 are hiding up there, green and pink and blue. So that is one thing. The next thing I did was I had super fun playing around with fabrics, fabric dyes. My lovely colleague Jo from Silks For You suggested I think about changing my dyes from the RIT dyes to the Procyon dyes. So this is a whole new range of colors. Some of them are just replacing, well, these are all new. A couple of them exist already. These are going to be fitting into my Prim range and my Royal range. So aren't they just luscious? And these were all my test dyes, so some of them have a few problems, and they'll be on my dye spot sale when I have my next dye spot sale. But aren't they just gorgeous? These are the ones that I'm doing on the sort of the brown base. But I did dye, it's so funny, I did dye exactly the same colors on, I dyed exactly the same colors as what you're seeing there. Let's try and get them onto the right thing. On the white base. So isn't that very different? I don't know if I'm skilled enough to hold them all up, but very different colors. So I am going to be slowly converting over to these. Still using the RIT ones for now, but she did tell me that apparently if you put the RIT dye ones in direct sunlight, the fabric will fade, and I don't want my fabric to fade. So I'm going to be switching over to the Procyon style of dyes soon. But in the meantime, we have all these luscious colors that we can play with. And I don't know if I'll be able to remember them all, but it was really cool to see the way they dyed. This was the green, and look at those, like look how it's got the blues. Just depends on where the color is. So that was the green color. I wanted to do an olive green. This one, I love. This is burnt orange. Look at that with the oranges and the brown. Look at this side, it's got like a grey tinge on it. So the burnt orange, I'm gonna have to do something with that. This one I think was what was called cinnamon. And I love it. Look at the mottling in that. It's not an opalescent because I just grabbed a bit of whatever else I had to dye the whites with. We had a beautiful blue and a more darker blue. This will just become the lavender. I have to check whether it's lavender or lilac. I'm not good on my purples, I need to check. To me in my brain that's always been lavender, but maybe it's a lilac colour. So that will just be the colour that replaces it. This was the golden yellow. Look at that, people, oh my goodness. So I think Sunshine's just got brighter. And this one, I'm not sure what that was, but look at the beautiful exquisite modelling in this. So really, really lovely. As with all my dyeing though, every piece is unique. They're all bespoke pieces. Now, those colorways though, when you put them onto the browns, you get a lot of really, really gorgeousness. So this was the darker blue. So that's Royal Prince. This one I think was the cinnamon, and it's yet to have a name. This one was the green, and that's the same as what I previously dyed as snow gum. See how it looks like a snow gum tree? Those in Australia know what I mean. This was that paler blue, and I don't have a name for that yet. And that one I think was the orange. That was the deep orange. It doesn't have a name yet, but it'll be part of the Royal Court. This one I think was the olive green, which also does not have a name yet. Oh no, this one would be the Royal Print. Oh, is that the purple? No, that's the purple. So I have to remember in my royals were a few years ago. There was a princess, and we needed a queen, so I'll come out with one of them. And that was whatever the other colour was. So exciting to have a new range to look forward to, people. So give me time to get them photographed and the listings up on the page. The thing about these ones, the Royal range, they only come in linen, and they only come in 36 and 32 count, because that's all I've been able to get for the base fabric. So you can only get them in the linens, but oh, they're just luscious. They're so beautiful. This piece I have to show you. This is going to be one of my art. Oh, you can't see it, too much light. It's going to be one of the pieces I end up selling in the offcuts as an art class that look stunning but unique. See all the dots on it? So that'll be an art class piece. But first of all, I've got to get the models photographed to give you an idea of them, and then I will be using the Protein dyes for all of that new range. So super exciting. Look out for that. www.paddocklandedesigns.com. Also my Etsy store, but I prefer to buy from my website because I pay fees for both, and it's better if I can put the traffic through my website. So I hope you enjoy seeing the new things. Jump over, have a look, and see what I have to offer, because remember, Paddock Lane Designs does design cross-stitch patterns. I offer them in PDF and hard copy. I have got a hand-dyed fabric in linen, even weave, Aida and opalescent, and I also have got a whole bunch of cross-stitch accessories, things that I don't see listed in many other places. I'm trying to stock them so that, you know, as with my business plan, making cross-stitch affordable and attainable for Australians primarily, but I will ship internationally if you are interested. Alright guys, thank you so much for taking the time to join me. I hope you've enjoyed this little choppy video, and I look forward to seeing you in a few days with Jenny. Happy stitching, everyone.